So you have a good long sleep, and Sengo's staying behind. And in the morning, I guess you set out into the swamp, Dave, following the tracks of the giant. I believe what you get is advantage on tracking them, Dave, and lore about them.
Yeah.
So that's something. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to succeed at 2 tracking rolls to follow them. And if you fail, but that'll never happen. It never happens to this group, does it? If you fail, then obviously we'll have to roll on the random chart, as you did when you were following the lizard men.
Well, if you point the tracks out to us, Dave, I'll help you look for them.
Yeah, I get advantage anyway, so we don't get like double advantage.
Double super secret advantage, like in Animal House.
Good, because
we can have double secret advantage. Right, so like I said, if you're quite happy to set out in the morning, you gird your loins and set forth, being followed by Slosh. So you can actually speak to the snail, sort of, but you can't speak to the lizard man. Well, this is going to be fun, isn't it?
But with a bit of luck, the snail can speak to the lizard man, so we'll use him as a translator.
No, the snail can't speak to the lizard man. You manage to, after several wiggling your fingers about in a manner reminiscent of its 5 tendrils on its head, and speaking in pigeon snail to it, they're kind of like animal intelligence, so they're not sort of communicating with their handlers. It's more like pack beasts or guard animals. Right, so you set out in the morning. Dave, would you like to make me a tracking roll with advantage? He doesn't want to roll, does he? Ooh, a 1 and a 15. Right, so you follow the trail of the troll, and it's fairly easy to follow. It seems to have blundered across the landscape. It's you follow broken branches, things that have been killed and partially consumed. It leaves quite an easy trail to follow, considering you're in a swamp.
Can Rick put detect magic up in case it's relevant?
Of course, yeah. And then the swamp, the area it's leading you to, seems to get all misty, and it starts to roll in and looks ominous, and sound muffled and far off, and you can't see the sun directly. Go on, give us another roll with advantage. Same again. Double 1, double 15. Wow. Right, so you spend 4 hours or so trekking through this swamp, and eventually you come to what looks to be a ruined village surrounded by heavy mists, and the trail leads directly into the village. But Dave, because of his late tracking skills, does not lead you awry whatsoever.
Yeah, just wait until we have to find a way back to the camp.
Right, so you do realise, because of your supreme tracking skills, that there's a small village, and what direction would you like to approach it from? Because you can circle at a distance from around the outside of the swamp and just tell us like a clock face number that you want to approach, so that I can place you on the map.
Anti-clockwise.
You what? No, a number. Like, you're not running round in a circle.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Yeah, 4.
Okay, if you come in at 4 o'clock, you will be plunging through shallow water.
Well, can I look for firmer ground?
Firmer ground's at like 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock then.
Right, okay. I said it's mystic. You might love this. You might love this a lot.
Presumably, there's no tracks of any other sort of creatures about the place.
No, there's no tracks.
You know, just checking that the village is not inhabited, so to speak.
Right, now, hopefully, when I share this, it will blow your minds. He says, right, there's quite a lot of vegetation nearby, and bushes, Andy, to hide in.
I like bushes.
And you approach from 3 o'clock. The snail sort of schlups up. It's following behind Slosh, who's he's not much of a conversationalist. He just sort of, eats when he feels like it and follows behind.
Right.
So, can you... I don't think you can actually see the village at the moment, can you?
Nope.
Cool. Right, there's 2 bushes ahead. So, Dave, you sneak forward into the bush and you can just see the outlines of some buildings.
Well, I'd better sneak forward into the bush as well.
You've been eager to use the bush.
I presume that's the bushes there, is it?
It is, yes.
Yeah, I'll sneak into the nearest the bush further on.
Okay.
Right.
So what?
Right, Shashalian sneaks with almost like a little splosh noise. He creeps forward.
That other thing in front of me that looks like there's a dead tree, and then to the left of that, is that a tree?
It is, yes.
Right.
Right. This where this village has partially sunken into the ground. There's lots of bushes and trees about. So you sneak forward. You can see several ruined buildings. There's a church towards the centre of the village, and there's maybe half a dozen semi-destroyed buildings, partially submerged in the swamp.
Are we still directly following the tracks?
Yes, Dave's followed the tracks and says they lead directly into this town.
I suppose we should go maybe inquire in the town.
This is kind of trippy. It's got like all the weird shadows and things on. Right, so Dave sneaks forward into a bush. Dave can see walls of buildings, part of the church. What would you like to do,
That's
Chad?
the obvious place.
Do these tracks seem to be leading to any particular building or towards any particular?
No, you lose sight of tracks quite quickly in the marsh, but the broken buildings, the broken branches and things like that, the spoor that you have been following is like all around this area. Like the bushes you're crouching in have got broken things in. Some of the tree branches are snapped closer to the edge of town. What would you like to do?
Anybody want me to try and sneak a bit closer and see if I can find anything?
So no.
Can Andy, or can we see, although people are in bushes now, are the bushes so thick you literally can't see through them? Or are they thin enough that you can just about hide but see through that there isn't like a bloody trolls?
I'll show you something awesome, okay? So you're standing on the other side of the bush, so it's blocking your line of sight. If you creep forward and stand next to Andy, you're in the bush, and you can look.
Hello.
You can look out of the bush. So
You know what they say, two in the bush.
One in the hand.
No, we're not getting into that business.
Not again.
Similarly, Rick, you see the rest of the parties creep off and disappear into the bush. You just see the little rattle of leaves in the bush as they're all creeping into them.
I'm left with the snail.
See, if you go into a bush, you can actually look out of the bush.
Yeah, I can see a lot more in a bush. Could I roll a nature check to see if there's any more signs? I know we said we'd lost a lot of the tracks, but is there any signs of like a decay on some of the plants, or I don't really know how necrotic works.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Roll some nature.
Also, I actually have nature. Oh, I forgot they go mad. 12. It wasn't great.
It wasn't great, but yes, you're crouching in the bush and you do see that some of the leaves are actually blackened as if they've got some kind of mildew, and some of the branches that bark's rotted and is like hanging off from the wood underneath is dead. So there's definitely some signs of necrotic.
I might go over to the bush that I think Sashalian's in, relay this info to them, and maybe see if we could track that necrotic damage might lead us to them.
It seems to be in the general area that you're in. Like Shashalian is convinced there's somewhere in this town, village, whatever it used to be.
Okay. Well, we just need to explore then.
Yeah,
explore further.
You're quite welcome to sneak into Shashalian's bush.
Where?
If I cast Minor Illusion, Rich, has it got to be stationary or can I make it move?
It's probably stationary, but I'm not sure. It'll generally tell you in the description.
I think that my brief experience with an illusion spell, which is Phantasmal Force, I think they're all different.
What I think I'll do is I'll scout forward a bit, peeping round corners, and I'll come back to the bush. If I'm creeping nice and slowly with a smile on my face, things are okay. If I'm sprinting...
If Dave's running across a landscape shouting, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
People,
it's not going well.
Right, so what are you going to tell about Slosh and Snail?
Why don't I stay back with them?
Do you want them to hide in a bush as well? Or do you want them to they're
not really going to fit in a bush, are they?
They'll kind of poke out of the top, like, to be fair.
Well, I suppose they could come over the bush where I am, or over that sort of side, so they're a little bit more hidden.
Yeah.
and I can.
Right.
Although really, Dave's character is it Dave's character that should be doing
Well,
it?
Slosh is like 7 feet tall, so and you're kind of trying to like wave and give him hand gestures to indicate to like hide and things, and he just sort of steps into the bush with his entire upper half is sticking out of the bush. He also doesn't seem to be too bright.
7 foot tall lizard version of Father Drogle.
Pretty much. Right, Dave, go on then. You sneak ahead. Right, as you approach this collapsed wall, it's just a wall from an old hut standing by itself in the swamp, and you can see the outside of the church. The church is the most intact building in the town.
I hear anything coming from the church or from the village at all?
I would say give us a roll.
A roll of what?
A perception roll, because you're crouching behind this wall listening. Wow. Oh, okay. There's no arguing with that perception check, is there? Right, you definitely hear this sound of something large breathing heavily from within the church.
I shall creep back to the lad. There's at least one in the church or something big, and I'll tell the other two as well.
I'm loving this thing. Everybody is in bushes. We're just not coming out of the bushes. That's it, lads. We're not coming out of the bushes. Right, so Shashalian whispers to you. He sneaks into each bush in turn and whispers that there's something big in the church, apparently.
I take it the door's facing on the far side.
The door is either, the church is in the shape of a cross, and the door is either on the north or the south wall. Dave hadn't seen it from where he was crouched behind the wall.
Right, well, I suppose I might as well creep forward and try and recce some more of the village.
Right, leaving the safety of your bush.
Yes,
Watch out.
I am going to attempt to creep down here into this bush.
Right, you sneak into another bush.
Yep.
We're never going to get you out of bushes now, are we?
No, I think bushes is the way forward.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a listen, if I may.
You certainly may.
Where is it? Brilliant.
A 12, you strain your ear, you even go as far as to raise your hand up in the time old fashion, but unfortunately you don't seem to hear what Dave was talking about with his outrageous 23.
I'm going to need to get a bit closer, aren't I?
Yeah, that always goes well, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, all right then. I'll sneak a bit closer.
So you sneak up to the corner of the building.
Yep.
And then put your head round, presumably.
Yep. Just a quick look.
Yeah. The church, the view of the church is blocked by bushes. This map, there's so many bushes.
Useful.
You've no idea how long it took me to draw me little dots around all these bushes.
Right, I'm going to try and sneak forward to this bush here.
Right. So you can actually see now part of the ruined church, I believe, Andy, and you can see the two front doors partially submerged. Like the church would have a few steps leading up to the main doors, and it looks like it's maybe ankle deep in the swamp. So the stairs are partially submerged.
Right, these front doors.
Yes.
Open, closed, or non-existent.
Rotted and sort of standing slightly ajar. Bits of them are broken off, but the time they've spent in the mire, the wood looks to be wet and rotten. In case you were thinking of burning the place down, I know you were thinking of burning the place down. I know it, Andy.
No, I wasn't actually. But since you've given me the idea, no.
Remember, chaps, oil floats on water.
Good thinking. If I wanted to have a look through those doors, can I say anything from here, or will I need to get closer?
You will need to get out of the bush and move slightly to the right, I believe.
Oh, all right. I say what you mean. So does that mean the doors?
Sorry, slightly to the left. Yeah, the doors are sort of. You can see through the doors. You're looking at the inside. Right, when you get to there, Andy.
I'm right in the edge of the bush. Look, see.
You're right in the edge of the bush. You see a large hunched over figure. It resembles the one that you had seen before,
right.
And it seems to be like chewing upon the partially consumed corpse of a lizard man by the look of it.
And there's definitely only the one of them.
One you can see. Can you see it now?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So can you please make a stealth roll versus his intellectual rolls?
Well, I can try.
Oh, a 9. A 20, a natural 20, a 28. Yeah, so you are completely hidden in your bush, but you see it bent over, chewing on the remains.
I jump up and down, splash through the puddles, play me bagpipes, wave my hands about, and he's totally oblivious.
Completely oblivious.
Right. I know what I want to do here, but I'm going to have to sneak back and tell the lads first.
Cast fireball through the open door. Fireball!
Pretty much.
Sorry.
It might be worth doing that and then running back to tell us.
Well, yeah, you can get back no problem because of your natural 20 on your stealth check, making a total of 28 for the love of Big Brother.
I mean, let's face it. Just hold on a minute while I just check something. No, right.
Is it not fire they don't like as well? Because they're trolls, so they like...
Everybody can roll a nature check. Dave, you can roll a nature check with advantage.
Right. Something's just occurred to me, actually.
Yeah.
You have no idea, Rick. Dave Dave, with his expertise in giantkin, rolls a 4. Andy, you remember that normal trolls are the ones that don't like fire.
Right.
But this doesn't seem to be a normal troll, and in addition, you didn't try fire on the other one.
Can I smell any swamp gas?
Make a perception check.
Right. I just want to be quite sure.
No. Well, you can smell gas, like swampy smell, but you can't smell that particular type of gas that you're looking for, the explodey stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you creeping back?
I'm thinking of taking... I mean, we've got to kill these things anyway, haven't we?
That's true.
No, I think I might take advantage of the fact that I am completely hidden in a bush.
Yeah.
Let me just check something, if I may. 6
When we were following the tracks, was there only one set or was there 2 sets of tracks?
There was one set coming to the town because that was the one you killed and you backtracked it to here. But around here, you can't tell if there's 2 tracks, but there's a lot of like damage and devastation around the place. So it looks like they may have set up a temporary shelter. Apparently, they've been following the lizard folk as a kind of all-you-can-eat buffet. So if not a permanent lair, this must be some kind of temporary lair for them. Right, Andy, what are you doing from your bush?
I'm going to bowl a chromatic orb in through the door of the church.
Like a bowling ball.
Basically, aye.
And what kind of spell are you casting? A fire one?
I'm not so sure about fire.
You haven't got like a radiant thing, have you?
Well, I've got a choice of acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder. So I'm open to offers.
Lightning, maybe?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Because it's fairly damp, and if it's water, it'll get like area.
That's also what I was thinking. Is there any chance of being able to do this at advantage because it has no clue at all that I'm here?
Yes, because you're making an attack from stealth, so you can have advantage. You've got to hit eventually with it, haven't you? You do know they're quite difficult to hit. And are you casting it as a 3d8 or a 4d8 one?
I will cast it as a 3d8 one.
That's good, because then I would have to make a 4d8 button.
Right. Well, actually, you might not have to, because it's really strange, because the list on my character sheet has all the 3d8 ones.
Yeah.
And then there's a 4d8 fire one at the end.
Yes, because what I did was I have to create a new attack for it.
Oh, right.
And like add that one. Do you know what I mean? So
no, I'll cast it as a 3d8 one. Right, here it goes.
Oh, I've just brought it, haven't I?
You have. You've just
brought it. I was trying to fix it and I brought it. Just drag it back from the player's handbook.
Right, hold on a minute then. Hold on a minute. Just shift them up.
I might be able to find. Yeah,
Library.
I can find it quick. Here you go. There you go. So that's why it's only got the 3d8 ones. I've put it back for you.
All right, no bother.
So what you do is you click
attack, don't I?
Add action, add damage. There you go. You can click cast. Supposedly does both.
Right. Well,
Cast it does both, is it?
Yeah. So. The reason it's got the individual buttons is if it fucks up, then we can actually, do it manually. So if you hit cast, it should do everything. Missed! Right, there's a ball of lightning appears in your hand. Like I said, these are quite tough to hit. You hurl it.
Yeah.
and it disappears into the church, and there's a zzz, 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 as the lightning sort of explodes and shoots around the building. The troll is surprised.
I'm not surprised.
As you would be, and then let's roll for initiative.
Right, because if needs be, I shall have another go and then leg it.
Right. So, obviously you're all intently staring out of your bush in the direction of Andy. Some of you can see where he went to, and some of you can't. We Rab can't see, but you do hear the sound of a lightning going off, and then perhaps a small curse word. Shashelian, you can go first. You should have your combat tracker open, do you?
Hang on.
It would help if you had the combat tracker on.
Yeah, I shall sneak forward and cast an ensnaring strike.
Okay. You sneak forward to the edge of the building, but you can't see the troll yet. Are you? Ensnaring strike, is that
It's a concentration spell, lasts a minute. Every time I hit with a weapon, there's a chance that it'll get grappled by vines.
Yeah. Is it an action? Oh no, it's a bonus action. Is that your entire turn? Or are you doing a hold action as well?
I'll do a hold action as well.
Okay.
It's me.
Andy, one day you're going to hit with that spell, and we're all going to cheer.
Yep.
Right, Rick.
So I've not got much visual either. So if I move up to where Shishalian is...
You'll have to... Yeah, you're up against a semi-submerged wall.
Right. Okay.
The sounds are coming from the other side of the wall.
Can I get over the wall?
It's a low wall. You can climb over the wall if you like.
I will climb over the wall.
And you climb over the other side of the wall to there. It's only about waist height. So for a dwarf, it's chest height because it's a ruined wall, part of a house that you can see there and submerged in the ground. So you jump over the wall and you are completely out in the open.
Right.
Excellent.
Can the troll? Can I see the troll?
No.
Wait a
When
minute.
you can see the troll, you'll be able to see the troll.
Okay. Have I got any? Do you think I've got any movement left? Could I dash, perhaps?
You can
Use
certainly
that as
dash.
my
Yes.
action.
You've got 25, haven't you? So you've moved 1, 2, 3, 4.
I actually didn't notice the squares
5.
until I said that.
Yeah, you've got squares. So you're kind of in that square. You've just clambered over it. Right.
So if I dash, I'd get another 25, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
I'd get to about here. I
Just
think.
move yours all into, there you go, into proper squares. And then if you use your movement keys, the arrow keys, you will be able to count your squares out.
And each square's 5, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, my maths.
Right, Rick dashes forward. Splish,
I
splosh,
think
splish,
that's all I
splosh.
can get to.
Yeah, splish, splosh as he plunges ahead recklessly. It's kind of reckless, Rick.
I am Scottish.
Well, you're Scottish sometimes.
Yeah, Scottish and Yorkshire.
And are you finished?
Oh.
Well, there's nothing else I can really...
You're just doing a
Cast.
hold action, or...
Well, I thought, does dash not count as your action?
Oh, it does, you're right. It's only rogues that it counts. You can use it as a bonus action. Right. So you run forward bravely. What happened to the battle plan? This is just like, oh, I see it, I'll just cast out. Right. We Rab McTavish. You just see Rick come bursting out of this bush and run like full tilt, headlong, splish, splosh through the marsh.
Right, I will move to the other side of the bush and beckon the other two, bloody Slosh and the Flail Snail, to follow me, and I will move down towards the village. So I'll move there, and then like that way, and hopefully they'll follow us.
Okay, yeah, they certainly will follow you. Just check the speeds. The snail, strange enough, is not particularly zippy, but he will follow you. Is that all you're doing? Are you casting anything, or are you just running forward? God, you love those bushes, didn't you? Look at you. Everybody's running bush to bush.
Aye, tactical.
Right, are you done?
Yep.
Right, Slosh does a dash, and so he can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he doesn't need to dash it. If he's following you, he can move 6. The snail, however, can't move that fast. Right, Andy, you see this great beast sort of looking about left and right. It sort of roars. You all hear it roar, and it starts running towards the front doors, looking about as if, to see where this lightning's come from, but it can't see you. The field snail does a dash. 1,
That I've got to say.
Yeah, so it dashes and like really quickly moves forward into the bush. Ethical, last in the round, sir.
Right, hold on a second. I just want to check something quickly here. Now then, am I still complete? It still doesn't know I'm there.
No, because it completely balls it up and you've got a 20. You can get another sneak attack, but then it will know that you're attacking it from the bush. Even if you do a hide, it'll know you're in that bush.
Right.
What's happened to this great tactical plan that you had? You spread out all over the map. Some people are hiding in bushes.
We don't really do tactics.
You don't do tactics, do you?
It's still kite. We'll just kite it back to the snail.
Aye. Right. Bow and arrow time.
So you're making a sneak attack with a bow and arrow.
Oh, I am indeed.
Right, that hits. So you do your sneak attack damage. You pop up, there's a twang.
Pick the bones out of that, you bastard.
The arrow sinks deeply into its rotten flesh, and it howls. And then looks about, sees you, and starts charging towards you. And now you can move and also make your bonus action.
Right, I can dash, can't I, as a bonus action?
You can, because you're a Roguey.
That's right. Right, well, in that case, hang on. That'll be 8, isn't it, if I dash?
10. You move at 25 because you're a wee fella.
7, 9, 10. There.
Right, I believe you basically will have seen Andy come flying round that corner, running away.
Yep.
For a change.
I mean, I won't be able to hide, but at least I'm behind round that corner.
That's true. Next round, Chaselian.
I will hold my attack until I can see it.
Okay, Rick.
Chatting something.
You see Andy come bursting out of that bush, runs around past you, and disappears around the corner. You can just see him hiding with his bow, with the back against the wall against that.
Duration is an hour. I am. Sorry, just 1 second. I've got up to spell level 4, haven't I? Yeah. I'm going to cast the Armour of Agathis on me, which is basically like a weird frosty armour.
Right.
I gain 5 temporary hit points for the duration, which is an hour. But because I'm casting it at a level 3 slot, I get 15 temporary hit points. And if a creature hits you with a melee attack while I have these hit points, the creature will take 15 cold damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Presumably, you may be able to target yourself with that and cast it.
Let's try.
I can just put the temporary hit points on if not.
Control, left click. Let's see. Does it actually allow me? Does it give me a little? Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, I've got a button that is like a little heal button, so that probably gives me the temporary. Let's have a look at the front.
Oh, yeah. Temporary hit points 5. Yeah, we'll just need to change the level.
So I just need to do it to 3.
I'll just change that to 15 for you. That's okay. So you've got Armour of
Agathis.
Agathis, 15 temporary hit points. So presumably your skin all like turns frosty white and icicles hang off your beard and off the end. There's a big one hanging off the end of your nose.
Yeah, and then I will, because I've still got a move action, I am actually going to move back slightly to there.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of do that Bugs Bunny like quick break. Your feet go backwards and then you backpedal.
At least if it hits me, it gets damage.
We Rab McTavish.
Can you ping the corner which I've seen Andy run around? Because I can't see him at the minute.
Right, well, you've seen him run
There.
that way.
Yeah.
Say that arrow. You've seen him run that way. See, but isn't it fun, line of sight?
Well, hang on. How come Rab can't say me, but I can say him?
Because, I don't know, there's a bush in the way. But, there you are, can you see now? Bracy.
I can see him. Right. I want to right. Can I cast Minor Illusion? And I think it says
something about the size of a chair.
Something about the size of a chair. So can I cast Minor Illusion? A very small child, and I want to cast it in between the church and the building where Andy's run between, where I've got line of sight of, and I'm just going to stand there. So if it's a troll,
so like there.
Bit more to the left, bit more, like in the middle of the watery bit.
Okay,
bit more,
like
about there. So
what's the range of Minor Illusion?
Hang on, I'll just check. 30 feet. Oh, bugger.
Yeah, that's 45 feet, so...
All right, I'll cast it 30 feet then. It's just so if the troll comes out, he's going to see the child, and he's probably going to go for the child. The illusion for the child, anyway.
Right, that's 30 feet there.
All right. God, that's not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, and what's the casting time of that? Is that an action?
1 action.
Right, so you've used your action. You can move. This small child figure appears, smaller than a chair, silent, and sort of stands there waving, or stands there looking delicious, smothering itself in barbecue sauce, whatever. So do you want to move? Do you want to use your bonus action?
No, I'm quite happy there at the minute. Thank you very much.
In the bush.
I'll let the snail and the lizard move round towards us.
Right, well, the lizard's right behind you because he hasn't seen anything else. He's standing right next to you. Are you just telling him to do anything or like gesturing?
Gesturing to stay down.
He does that double sort of as this small child appears in front of him.
I tell him stay and stay down.
Hang on.
You tell this 7-foot tall hulking lizard man to stay down.
As best he can.
Right. I'm going to give him an intelligence check because you're basically just doing the hand sort of like down sign. He gets an 8. The minimum requirement for something is a 10, so he just looks at you, sort of shrugs his shoulders, standing there like, huh?
Yeah, fair enough.
Right. Troll bursts out of the door, looks about everywhere, and sees Rick and a small child. Rick's closer. Dave, I assume you're hiding as much as you can behind the wall like a big coward? Yeah. Okay. So he sees Rick, lets out this loud bellow and charges towards you, Rick. And he's got 3, 4. He's not very bright, so he's going to use a dash action, so he can't attack this turn, but he can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he runs up to within melee range of you, Rick.
Can I shoot him then, or?
Yeah, you had a held action. You could shoot him at any time, Dave. But you waited until Rick was right on top of him.
Sorry.
I'm not going to go, oh, Dave, do you want to attack the monster? Right, Rick, that purple greenish aura that you saw in the other one envelops you. Right, Dave, you have shot the troll. Yeah?
Yeah. And done damage, and I cast ensnare and what you call it.
Yes, you did. Right, so you should have a casting stir and strike in its save. So is there any effect for it saving?
Let's see.
Because if you look, it says damage to rot troll, Shasheli, casting snare and strike, which is pretty awesome. Right, Rick, it burns. It burns so bad. It does.
The attacks do I have, Rich?
1, because it was a held action. If you attack on your turn, you get your multi-attack.
Can I still move though?
No, you were doing a hold action to attack. So you
Right.
basically stood there and waited until you saw the yellows of its eyes, and then fired at it. Bizarrely, like it comes out of the thing, and then you wait until it runs up to Rick before you shoot out. See that, Rick? That's Shash's fault, that. Right, so it can't attack you, but you are burned by the aura. But your temporary hit points absorbs it. Well played, Rick. Well played. Right, end of Troll's turn. The snail finally catches up to you, Bracey. Etigal, you can see the troll now.
Right. If I can say the troll, I'm going to. The troll can't say. It doesn't know I'm there, does it?
I will give it another roll, but I doubt it will make it, because I'll make it with a disadvantage, because it's focused on eating Rick.
In which case, will I get an advantage?
No, it has not seen you.
Right.
No, you can't get an advantage for just hiding it. It has to be like a surprise thingery.
Well, it's going to have to be the old arrows again, I think.
Sengo that had fairy fire, wasn't it? That would give everybody advantage all of the time.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Yes, wait a bit. Oh, hang on. What's the distance? Oh, right. Well, in that case, I will, instead of that, I will cast fairy fire on it. How do I do that?
All right, you already taught it, so you should just be able to hit the button within theory. Wow, okay. Well, that totally failed. As a fail could be. Right, yep. The troll is covered in some kind of flickering colour. What colour would you like it to be?
Green.
Okay.
And I've got to move, haven't I?
You have got to move. The troll glows green.
One question. You know this building I'm next to, these walls?
Yeah.
How high are they?
That one has a partial second floor, so that one's almost a full height.
Right. Oh, that's all right. Well, in that case, wait a minute. Right. I'm gonna hide there. I won't necessarily bother hiding, but I'm going to go there.
Right, so there you go. So that should automatically give you... You should automatically get advantage when attacking the troll now. Right, so that's your turn. You run around the other side of the building. Right, Shashelian.
I shall try an aim attack first.
Okay. Nice.
Good lad.
It's a big hit. It howls in pain as the arrow sinks deep into it.
I'll try another aim attack.
Well, you couldn't hit twice in a row, could you, Dave?
One of them would hit should get another tangle or ensnare, whatever it is.
Ensnare does it. It says the next time, Dave, you hit a creature, so it only gets it on the first hit.
It'll move.
The next time you hit a creature, so it wears off with the first hit. Right, you walk backwards through the small child, who is now massaging steak sauce into his forearms. And is that your turn, Josh?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Next up, we have Rick. The acrid, foul smell of this creature is overpowering as it's on top of you. What would you like to do, Rick? Rick?
Muted for some reason.
Rick, have you muted yourself? I think you've muted yourself, Rick.
I had muted myself, yes. Right, what I did do was Hexblade Curse it, which means that I get a bonus damage to dice if I hit it, to the damage, sorry, and 19 or 20s are criticals, and technically I get hit points back from it if it dies. That's a bonus action, and then I'm going to roll for my battle axe. Is that all right?
That's absolutely fine. Right, Andy, that fairy fire is concentration, however, so if you cast another concentration spell, it'll wear off.
I have hit it.
Yeah.
So I get a bonus dice to
I mean, I should
my...
have advantage then on attack, or was that automatic?
You should have advantage, yes.
So I'll get a bonus dice, so I'll get 2d8 plus 4, won't I? Sorry.
For 2d8 plus 4, for what?
I get a bonus damage to the dice, and my battle axe damage is 1d8 plus 4.
Why do you get a bonus?
From the Hexblade Curse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's got cursed on it, so...
Yeah. Should I just roll it?
Roll the damage and see what happens.
You've got a
Yeah, but he's already hit. It doesn't matter, because he's already hit.
Yeah. Helps if I actually...
Yes. 1d8 plus 4 for the Hexblade, is that correct?
I think I get a bonus I should get a bonus dice, though. It didn't seem to come up there.
Of what? D4?
You gain a bonus to damage rolls against the curse. The bonus equals your proficiency bonus.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So that's why it's in a D8 plus 4. It's doing the proficiency bonus.
Right, yeah. So it's 9 damage on that, but I do get another attack because I have 2 with my battle axe.
Yeah, so you're late about the big beastie.
Helps if you don't just drop your dice, doesn't it? Why have I got 2?
Because you've got advantage.
Alright, fair enough. I hit.
I've applied the fairy fire.
Right, another 5 damage.
Right, so there's a quick flurry of blows, and bits of this horrible beastie come away, and they sort of slump to the ground rather than just fall apart.
Nobody likes a schlup.
Nobody likes a schlup. Right, okay, is that your entire turn?
That's me, yeah.
Very well.
So when it hits me, it will get 15 damage, providing I've still got ice points left.
Right, well, I'm just going to try something because it should have the effect, Armour of Agathis, yes, and then what you can do is, it doesn't have a damage shield on component. You see where it says effect, you can actually just drag that and drop it on yourself, but it doesn't have...
No, it doesn't on that one, it just says heal and damage. Oh, but actually I can press the damage for it then if it hits me, which it will do.
It will certainly try that. Right, we've Rab McTavish. You see Rick lay about the troll.
If I cast snare directly at this thing's feet, will it go off, or has it got to walk into it?
No, it'll go off.
I cast snare and try and haul it in the air then.
It cuts snare. No, it says the trap triggers when a small, medium or large creature moves onto the ground or the floor in the spell's radius. So it has to actually move into it.
So I could shout to Rick to back up. If I cast it in on the square just below Rick, if I tell him to back up like 1 square, he's moving out. So if it follows him to move in, that should go, shouldn't it?
Yes.
I will scream at Rick, snare incoming, move, step back a bit, and I'll cast it directly in the square below Rick.
Okay.
Right, hang on.
Seems perfectly reasonable to me. There.
Yep, perfect.
Right, so this is it invisible? This noose thing appears that only you can see or whatever. Is there any other actions you want to take for this round?
I will motion to Slosh, if he hasn't seen it.
Oh no, Slush is saying
the
it. On his turn, he's going to let out a mighty bellow and charge it. He's not hanging about now that he's saying it. Because yes,
Put the
Slush can see it.
tell him to go, sort of thing.
Right, okay. Well, he's caught sight of it and he's completely ignoring you. Right, is that the end of your turn? Yes?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Right, Slush charges. 3, 4, 5, 6. Does a dash in his fury. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does the trap say only friendly targets or is it any creature?
No, I'm just reading it.
Because this would be hilarious if you've just trapped Slosh. That'll make my night.
It doesn't say anything about that.
About friendly target. Right, yep. Target Slosh and use the trap on him.
Fucking stupid bastard lizard.
Yeah, you've just motioned and told him to get stuck in, so he's just charged it.
I wasn't expecting him to charge all the way and engage him in one round.
He can't even attack. He's just charged it. Because he had to use a full dash action to get into melee combat with it.
So just what? So just cast a snare? Or have I got to target?
No, you'll have to target Slush. Hey, you guys! And then it should have a cast it on him, and it should cast. Right. Okay. So Slush rolls a 1. Wow. And click the effect button on him. Oh, right, so a noose tightens round Slush's ankle. He looks surprised as he's jerked forcibly into the air. That literally couldn't have gone any better. I love it. So your strongest ally is yanked up into the air, I believe. What happens, Bracey?
Excellent.
Cancel it.
I don't think you can.
It's not a concentration spell out like that.
Casting time 1 minute, duration 8 hours. Oh Jesus!
If it's casting time 1 minute, it won't have gone off then, will it?
No, it won't have gone off. You're right. Damn it. Oh, and part of the text is cut off. You need to put a rope down on the ground as a component, and then cast it on the rope.
Well, that makes a big difference, then.
That makes a huge difference. Sadly, you haven't hoisted Slush into the air. That is so sad. Do you want to do a different action, and I'll be kind for you?
No, I'll hold action for now.
Okay. So, are you just holding for anything in particular, or are you just holding?
You got a sling,
Just
haven't you?
I'm firing past you, past Rick and
Slush.
past Slush. No, I'm not going to fire.
All right, it's Rock Troll. Right, the Rock Troll was already fighting Rick, so he is going to take some swings as he's been hurt. He attempts to bite you first. It's a hit.
Right, so he gets 15 damage.
Right, try clicking it and see what happens.
There you
Nice, like it. Right, so he howls in pain as his teeth sort of like turn all icy and his face turns icy. However, Rick, you take some small amount of piercing damage, but an awful lot of necrotic damage. Right, so
that spell's now gone as well.
Yeah, so what, the armor spell?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to give him an intelligence check. He needs a DC 10 intelligence check to realise that, because obviously he's just bit on you and got a mouthful of frosty shards and he didn't like it.
Did he like ice lollies?
Right, so even though he's quite thick, he realises that the spell has gone down.
Boo.
But he will claw once at you and then once at Slosh. So he claws once at you. Right, Rick is heavily injured. And then he targets Slosh and he claws at him with the other one. Double ones. Nice. And misses. That is the end of his turn. Unfortunately, the end of his turn, he automatically hits everybody with his aura. Sorry about this, Rick, me old sausage.
That's all right.
You feel the acidic undead energy burning into you. 7 damage to Rick, 7 damage to Slosh. End of turn. Flail Snail does a dash action, does 1, 2, 3, 4, and gets to that. End of turn. Etical, your last to move. You hear the sounds of combat from round the corner and lots of howls of pain.
Right, we've got advantage to attack, haven't we?
You do.
because of the fairy fire. Does that include casting spells?
I think so. It will say in the spell description. Any attack roll against the creature has advantage. So, yeah, as long as it makes an attack roll, you have advantage. So, any spell, any bow.
Right. Well, I'm just going to try this. I apologise in advance. Well, should I throw a spell at it, or should I shoot it with me bow and arrow?
You won't have snake attack damage. Oh, hang on.
Probably whichever's more guaranteed to do damage.
There's a thing about snake attack where you get...
Because
You can do. It says if you have advantage on the attack roll, you can get your sneak attack damage once per turn. So you have advantage. It doesn't say why. It just says if you have advantage, which you do. So you will get your full stealth attack damage.
Right. It'll have to be a bow and arrow then. Right. Hang on. Oh, you're joking.
You just need some kind of like lava attack or something. Right. An arrow goes wide. Everybody hears a flurry of curses come from behind the building.
Yeah. I just want to hide round the corner. Is that all right?
That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Do I need to make a stealth roll?
You do need to make a stealth roll. Yes. A 26. Well, I think you managed that. Okay. Okay. Right. Shash Elian.
Do I have to click the advantage or do I automatically get it?
It should automatically do it. If it doesn't, then you can just roll again. It's fine.
Doggy. I shall go for an aimed attack first.
You miss. You spent too long aiming, Dave, and not enough time shooting, and unfortunately you miss.
Then I do a normal attack.
That one does hit. Thwip, thwip. Arrows sink deep into the troll.
Right. I shall cast as a bonus action Healing Spirit right on top of Rick.
Have you got a Healing Spirit as well?
Yeah.
Since when did Rangers get Healing Spirit?
Books. So I already picked the first book, didn't I? Didn't know there was other books.
Druid Ranger, you son of a bitch, Dave. Right, what does your Healing Spirit look like?
It's a bar made with drinks.
So it's a floating bar.
No, it's a busty wench holding a tray of drinks, but it has to be from the fair, so she's got a slightly elven appearance. She's sort of transparent gold, and I'm trying to find something I can use as a... yours will only be the standard low level one though, is it, Dave? The 1d6 healing?
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's something then. So, I don't have a totem for a barmaid, apparently.
Like a fairy, something like that.
I should have lots of totems somewhere. And what race is she, Dave? Like just a human or a half elf? Or?
Make it a fairy barmaid or something like that. Whichever's easier for you.
No, it's fine. Right, a barmaid appears. A busty elven barmaid, Rick. She smiles winningly at you. She's semi-translucent and slightly golden, and offers you a drink from her tray.
Thank you very much. While trying to back off this rock troll, I will grab a drink, neck it back.
So it heals you for 4 damage.
Thank you.
30. Oh, you are on now.
Thank you.
Right.
Always need a drink in a battle.
All right, love. I'll sort you out.
Grand.
Fucking healing spirit. Right, is that your turn, Dave?
I think I might back up a couple of squares just in case.
Just for a change, yeah. Okay, end of turn. Rick, after your golden frothy beverage, you feel a little better.
A little better. Right. So I'm just checking. Target's cursed for 1 minute. Right. Okay. Still cursed. Battle axe slash. Good. Better. Battle axe again. I got over enthusiastic with the battle axe and threw the dice everywhere. Good.
Another series
More
of
flashes.
hits. The troll is looking extremely badly hurt.
Can it drop now?
It howls and you've chopped away bits of its rotten and decaying flesh, and its aura's blinking on and off like a bad light bulb. I get 11. Okay.
I'm all done.
You're all done.
Possibly. Properly.
Right, okay. Rick just engages in a bit of fisticuffs with said troll. Rab, it's your turn.
I cast Healing Word on Rick.
Nice. From in your bush.
Yeah. And I cast it at level 3.
Oosh, nice. Rick, you feel the warm healing hands.
Of the good touch.
You have the good touch, yes?
When I first started playing, I didn't know it wasn't called the good touch. So I thought that was its official title.
So you weren't touched inappropriately then. Well, that's good to hear. All right, okay. Wee Rab, is that your turn?
Yeah, it is.
Do you want to move? Are you just going to hide?
I'll move slightly out the bush a bit.
Wow, that's big of you. Right, Slosh, bellowing in pain, his skin and scales burning with the black.
I will not mind if he wants to kill it.
Goes absolutely mental. He gets advantage anyway. Right, he bites it.
I'm on my lizardy friend.
Just one needs to target one's mobs. Right, he lets out a great bellow and attempts to sink his teeth in. And how many attacks does he get? 1 claw, 1 bite. Right, so 24. It's a good hit.
Good lad.
He bites
Stuck
it,
in.
and then he claws at it. Hitting again. The troll bellows in pain. Bellows,
still-
it does. Right.
Bastard, what we're doing.
Right, the troll. He howls in pain, and it looks very badly. Dave, you can understand him as he's shouting. He's like, "Food hurt! I kill! Like that in a weird, giantish dialect.
Right, lads, he looks like he's shouting for his mate.
And
Oh, I hope not.
he targets 1 to 3 Rick, and
We already know you've rolled 1.
I rolled
Yep,
2.
there we go.
Sorry, Rick. So he's going to take a bite and a claw at you, and then a claw at Slosh.
Fair enough. And
He misses with the bite, Rick, and then
yes.
there's just 1 claw, which he hits.
How much damage?
Right,
So
Rick's back a
it's,
heavy wound again, and then he targets Slosh with his other claw and misses.
Shouldn't.
Oh no, this is quite bad.
Shouldn't go down to the necrotic, though, should I? The aura.
It's the end of the turn. Yes, that's right. It's the end of the troll's turn, and everybody takes necrotic damage.
Remember how much we took last time?
I will drag this on you. Yes, happens at the end of the turn. Right.
I'm just standing.
Right, Rick's standing, his skin's burning away, he's got claw marks and bite marks in him.
And does the healing spirit heal him again?
It does. What? Can you check when it heals, Dave? Is it the end of his turn? I believe it's the end of Rick's turn.
Trying to find the spells thing.
Right, so...
I'm still standing.
Right.
It doesn't say it. It just says it causes the spirit to restore 1d6 hit points. Heal him!
It will definitely say.
It's called Healing Spirit 5A.
Whenever you or a creature you see moves into the spirit space for the first time or starts its turn there. So at the beginning of Rick's turn, he gets 1d6 hit points back.
Okay.
There you go. Right, so that was the rock troll, the flail snail.
Whale snail.
2, 3, 4 gets to there. Yeah, not terribly fast, it being a snail. Finally, Etigal, you hear a lot of combat going on, some howling, some scrapping, and
Right, I am
some
going to
shouting
line,
in some kind of foul, giantish language.
I'm going to line round that corner, and I am going to fire a spell at it. Now, hopefully, we've still got advantage.
Yeah, it's got fairy fire on. It hits!
It hits.
You
Now,
blast
hang on.
it with firebolt.
Yes, I do, but because of my level, that should be 2d10. So shall I just do the 2d10 thing off the bottom of here?
Yeah, you can do that. Does it get a save or not, or is it just damage? It should be just damage.
It should just be damage. It should. Wait a minute. Blah, blah, blah. No, if it hit.
Yeah, if it hits, because it's things that attack don't normally get a save. Right, you blast it with fire from the back. It roars and howls. It looks like it's on its last legs.
And I duck back round the corner.
Of course you do.
Yes, I shall just make sure I duck back round the corner.
End of round. Round 5.
Oh, how's that? How's that for ducking round the corner?
Yeah, it disappears once more into the swamp.
Into the corner.
Shashelian, round 5.
Shall try off with one aim attack to start with,
Are you doing multi-attack here?
then normal attack.
You miss. So sad. He hits.
Take it down. Yes.
Right, Dave, how do you kill the rock troll?
the crew, it's Blackheart.
Right, so you aim for where you assume its heart is, and the arrow sinks in deep. As you can see, all the skin and everything's rotted away. And Rick, there's just this foul burst of black ichor just comes spurting out as the heart beats. It goes boom, and then it's like, and it just stands and just squirts. You stand there, and as this black ichor just drips down your face and down your nose, you turn around, look at Shashali, and you're like, really? And the thing falls dead.
I should have took prestidigitation.
Yeah. It falls dead at your feet.
I get 9 hit points back because I get my charisma bonus, which is +2, and my warlock level in hit points back when the cursed creature dies.
Nice. So that is
43.
43 wins.
Thank you.
Right, the creature dies and explodes practically in disgusting form on the floor. Is that everything you've done, Dave?
Yeah, but I'll move the healing spirit onto Blurg, so you get like 1d6 back.
I'm going to rush round and bind Rick's wounds.
Right, okay. Well, Andy, you need to move 25. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you get to there.
Right.
Okay.
And then the second one turns up.
Now you'll be able to see the second one.
Yeah, of course I would.
Right, Rick, it's your turn. The beast flies dead at your feet.
Okay. I probably will wait. Can I? You know where the healing spirit went?
Yes.
Can I walk into that, or is it that silly?
You can. The healing spirit is now, sort of standing between you and Slush now. So she's standing there, holding the tree out, and sort of.
If I walk through her, I'll get another like D6 or whatever it is.
Offering spiritual. Dave, do you not have a heal button on your healing spirit or not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So target Rick and then hit heal. Hit the healing spirit button. Right, and then actually.
Yep, 3 points just healed.
What you can do is you can also target Slush as well. If you target them both at the same time, and here it'll heal them both. Right, Slush starts pounding upon the dead body. Is that your turn, Rick?
It is.
Okay.
I'm a little tired at the moment.
It's understandable. We Rab McTavish, it's your turn.
Right, I'll move out into the middle, and I want to have a listen to see if I can hear if there's other trolls anywhere. You know, if it's charging out or if it's trying to move through the trees or whatever.
Okay. Make a perception check. 19. Yeah, you do hear a loud splashing noise coming through the marsh to the northeast.
Fucking.
I'll let everybody know.
Right, so what do you want to do on your turn? Where are you going, Dave?
In the opposite direction of the northeast. Northeast?
Are you done, Wee Rab?
I'm going to move a bit more to the south, being the healer.
Right, Slush.
I'll move beside Davy.
Slush starts beating upon the corpse of the troll and like tearing its arm off and throwing the twitching arm into the marsh water.
They get healed more. Tell me when you don't need any more healing, Rick, and I'll just concentrate on Slush.
Right, the snail finally catches up to you. 1, 2, 3.
Nice. I probably do need
4.
to keep a bit more at the minute.
Okay, Ethical, you can move. Oh, you've already moved, so you've moved around to there. Unless you do a dash action, but then you can't heal in the same turn. So either way, you can reach Rick this turn if you like.
Right, well, I'll reach him this turn.
Yes.
And then I'll heal him next turn.
Bind these wounds. Yeah, I made you a little heal button, so you should just be able to target him and click the heal button for the healing kit.
You think we might have enough time for him to cast Snare as a trap?
That takes a minute to cast.
Does it sound like we've got a minute?
I wouldn't have thought so, to be fair. Right, new turn, Shashelian.
I'm asking the healing spirit to heal again.
It does it automatically, right? But you and Rick, you heal Rick and you heal Slosh. He seems confused and yet very grateful at this elven bar lady for offering him drinks. Is there anything else you want to do, Dave? You're looking madly about.
I'm looking in the direction of the northeast, waiting to see if this troll turns up.
Okay.
Do we know how many there were? How many there are?
The chieftain had indicated that there were 3 because he held up 3 scaly fingers, then lowered 1.
Did we kill one of them? So
yes, you've killed.
So there's 1 left.
You've killed 2. Yes. Okay, Rick.
Might be best if you moved into the church and you might be able to hold them at the entrance, or then again there's not much room to run around and move.
Exactly.
Rick, So it's your turn. You've been tempted by this fair barmaid and also bound by Andy.
Right.
You'll need to stand still if you're going to let Andy.
I'm going to stand still then. At the much better healing.
Andy's a dab hand with a bandage. He basically he like sort of like sticks a plaster on your knee and goes, "Water it off." Rub dirt in it, like that's what your mum used to say. Rub dirt in it, there, Rick. All right, so you've healed quite successfully.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything yourself?
No,
No.
I'm just standing still. I've got nothing particularly at the moment to do until we come up with some form of plan. Which the northwest was it? The troll was coming from, and northeast.
Northeast.
Right. So it's
Still, have you got another?
I my mistake. Northwest. No. Yes, northwest, definitely.
All right, so I'm about there then.
100% northwest. All right, okay.
Yeah.
We Rob
No.
McTavish.
Two should move back a bit.
I am holding my action, keeping an eye on listening to where I can hear this troll charging towards us.
Right, okay. Everybody stands with bated breath. You know, you sort of doing the Avengers pose where you're all standing in a circle, sort of looking about, and all you can hear is this splosh, 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 like the tread of heavy footprints.
Rick, I think you should try and get behind us a bit now.
possibly.
Right, Slosh is continuing to tear the troll up. You haven't stopped him at all, so.
I just hear slosh, stop.
Just point and yell, troll.
Troll, slosh, troll.
Troll.
Right, around the corner of the building looms another troll. It looks like it may have been a female troll once from its anatomy, but all of it, again, its skin is decayed and it's surrounded by this horrid aura. The flail snail is holding its action.
I'm going to shout at people, don't get near its aura.
It's a troll!
You need to move back then, Rick.
Aye.
Right, Ethical the Badger
Right, I think we'll cast a spell.
is back in his bush.
He's back in his bush and he's popping his
bloody
nose
well
out of his
staying
bush.
there.
I didn't
Aye,
see you.
exactly. Right, we're going to try and cast.
Fairy Fire. It fills its save. So that's another spell slot. It does, however, have Fairy Fire. What colour does this one glow, Andy?
Oh, well, green seemed to work for with the last time, so we'll have a green.
Right, it begins to glow with a bright green luminous aura around it. And I think only I can drag the effects on, but don't know why it doesn't apply it automatically. It's quite annoying, to be fair. Fairy Fire, and then I go drag and drop that on the troll. They are saying it's got the little icon.
Ah, yes.
Grant advantage. Right, it roars out. Dave, you hear it say in Giantish, food! And then it licks its large lips with a rubbery tongue.
Lovely.
End of round. Shashelian.
Do a normal attack on it to damage it.
Right, okay. You shout, troll, kill it! You miss!
Normal attack on it then.
Right, Dave is obviously rattled by the fact that he's had a second troll come down upon him. Damn you and your 2 quivers of arrows. He does a minor amount of damage to it. Rick.
Okay. I am going to, as a bonus... Actually, I'm just going to throw 2 Eldritch Blasts at it, actually.
1 from each hand as well.
Yep.
So it's like,
Spell
pew,
slinging.
pew.
Spell slinging.
I'm going to run right up to Rick, isn't he?
I'm going to move back after I've done that.
For that.
Yeah, rock told 2. Right, let's see if Cast does both then.
It's your turn, Rick. Dave, can you do the healing on Rick? And actually, no, don't do it. I'll do it.
Alright,
Because
do
like
the...
it'll mess your target up.
Right, I've done 6 damage with that one.
Right. You feel a little bit better as the barmaid patches and she goes, "Would you like some pork scratchings there?"
Am I meant to be getting advantage on this still?
Yeah. Andy's cast Fairy Fire on it.
Ah, grand. Right, and then damage.
Andy's discovered Fairy Fire is the greatest spell, the greatest first level spell ever.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Right, and then I'm moving back.
Right, 2 blasts strike the troll. The barmaid lady says, "Would you like some pork scratchings?" And you feel a little better and then move out of our range.
Yep. Thank you for them.
Right, so you move
there.
behind Poor Splosh. Okay?
Yeah.
Right.
It's almost like I'm not so bothered about the NPC.
Right, Rab McTavish, you managed to bottleneck yourselves all in this 2 walls between a building, apart from Andy, who's in his bush. I told you once we put bushes in for the line of sight, we'd never see Andy again. It's just, he's occasionally he'll pop up and he'll have like camo war paint on and like branches stuck in a headband around his face. And he'll just like come up, nick some rations, and then disappear back in his bush.
Be like, tempt him out with a bit of fucking
bacon. Like, look, Andy, bacon, and you just say, and like a little gnomish nose pokes out of the bush, like, and then a hand shoots out, nicks your bacon, and then disappears again. Right, sorry to derail you there. Right, go on, Rab.
That's quite all right.
Right, I'm going to try a new spell here. So it might work, it might not. Apologies if it's in advance.
Oh God!
I'll look straight at and go polymorph.
You don't get polymorph, surely.
What? I do. Level 4 polymorph. Bomb. Cheers, easy.
Oh my!
What are you going to turn it into?
Shit.
I hope it's like a piglet or something.
I'm going to turn it into a shark so it can't run off. It flops around on the land, then we can shoot it full of arrows.
Why don't you turn it into a trout? Then all we've got to do is stand on it.
Okay. I turned it into a shark.
Well, it says...
yeah, you can turn it into a shark if you want.
The new form could be any beast whose challenge rating is equal or less than the target's level. Well, if I can turn it into a trout, I'll turn it into a trout.
You can absolutely turn it into a trout.
Turn it into a trout.
Target it and cast away.
I just figured trouts don't have like pointy teeth at one end.
It fails its save. Right, the troll looks surprised for a moment, and then there's a sort of zingy magical noise, and a trout appears and sort of flips up and down on the floor and looks at you with its one eye, and sort of its mouth sort of wiggles up and down.
Right, we've got now to kill it, lads.
Smoke it. Is it a necrotic trout?
It's a trout, okay?
Of course. Go eat it if you want, mate.
Right, so...
so will it have the hit points of a trout now?
It has the hit points of a trout, yes.
But if I just sit there concentrating from now, it'll probably die because it's out of the water anyway. So, but someone can go stab it or behead it or eat it or whatever.
Well, that's up to you. Are you finished your turn?
Yeah, I'll stay concentrating it and somebody else can go kill it.
Right, Slosh. I'm going to make a perception check to see if he noticed the troll, because he was busy ripping the other one to bits. He did notice the troll, and then he saw it change into a trout and looks very confused. So he sort of steps halfway there cautiously.
Just eat it.
Right, the troll doesn't do anything because he's a trout. It's a glowing green trout, should I say? The flail snail follows Slosh. Etical, where once was a mighty evil troll, now lies a small trout, gasping for air.
Right, I'll get my fillet knife out and walk over there slowly towards it.
Right, so you walk towards the trout.
Menacingly.
So you do that thing where you've got your fillet knife and you're sort of pricking your thumb to see how sharp it is. And then go,
oh yes.
Oh, and then like suck the little dot of blood that's appeared on you. Right. Okay.
Do we know if it's still necrotic or not?
It's polymorph, so it's actually a trout at the moment.
It's good, so we can eat it. It's just we don't want it turning into necrotic when somebody's gone.
A necrotic trout, so you are
actually... I've had necrotic trout pate.
What happens when it dies? Won't it turn back into a troll?
It'll be dead.
Dishash, doing anything? Are you going to do anything to this trout, or are you just going to wait? You what?
I'm going to kill it, but I'm not going to run over to it.
You what, Dave?
I said I'm trying to shoot it.
Right, okay, you easily skewer the trout, roll your damage. Right, the arrow sinks into it. The trout stops gasping for breath, and there's another wing of magic, and then lying on the floor, gasping for breath, is a troll, which is injured with an arrow in it.
Is it not dead?
It's not dead. If it reverts form, when it runs out of hit points, it reverts to its normal form. It returns to the number of hit points it had before it transformed.
Shit.
If it reverts as a result of dropping to 0 hit points, any excess damage carries over. So Dave has done that extra damage to it, but there's a prone, gasping for breath troll lying on the floor.
I'll shoot it again
looking quite scared.
I'll shoot it again with an aim shot this time.
Right, okay.
Stop aiming, Dave.
Right, Dave misses again. Wow, Dave.
I send the healing spirit off after Slosh.
Okay. So the healing spirit can only move 20 feet, or I think you'll have to keep checking that. It moves off to Slosh. Slosh sees that there's now a prone, gasping for breath troll, looking very confused. Right. It would have worked, Brissy. You would have had an hour to do something although it would have suffocated in like 3 or 4 rounds, and then it would have returned to being a troll. Rick, there's a very confused ex-trout lying on the floor.
I'm going to shout how I don't like fish, and then I'm going to blast it with Eldritch Blast. I'm targeted.
Dave's barmaid walks up to Slush and goes, "Are you enjoying your drink, Levy?"
Is it no longer fairy fired?
It is. No, it should be fairy fired.
Did I just roll a second attack then?
Yes, roll again.
Not because I attacked it rather than cast it.
Oh, that'll do.
It will.
According to this, it still has grant advantage, yeah.
Nice. So that was one Eldritch Blast.
Are you rolling to hit with an Eldritch Blast? You are, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do have advantage. Right, you did quite a considerable amount of damage.
Right, and I missed it completely on the second.
Missed it with the second one. Right, okay. So, anything else, Rick? Are you moving? Are you?
I'm going to move over there, and then I'll move again when I need to hit it next time.
Okay. Rab.
I cast Moonbeam on it.
We're giving up on the trout and all of that kind of thing, eh?
I can only cast it once, level 4, so...
Right. So you cast a Moonbeam upon the beast. Right. The troll's skin begins to burn and it howls in pain. It's like, I was happy as a trout. I didn't have a care in the world, and now I'm being moonbeamed and shot with arrows. Like it? Right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
The troll's looking quite badly hurt. Slush sees the troll, bellows, and runs towards it. He can reach it this turn, and there's a flurry of bites, and he hits with a bite, and he claws, missing with a claw. That's the end of Slush's turn. The rock troll spends half its move to stand up, and then, shaking off its confusion, it shakes its great lumbering head side to side, and then just sets about Slush in the worst possible way. With all of its attack by disadvantage dropped, because it was prone. It is no longer prone. Knock that off. Right, so I'll have to roll the claws to hit. 1 hit. Slush is heavily hurt, and 1 miss. The troll's not doing good. It ends its turn, so it automatically does necrotic damage to Slush. Right, Slush's scales once more blacken and burn, and he howls in pain, and he's incredibly badly hurt. He's heavily hurt. Flail Snail is attempting to... it moves 1, 2 squares, and it's 10 feet away. Its tentacles have a range of 10 feet. Right, so... there's a whole lot. It whips its head backwards and forwards, and like a YouTuber doing a hair flick to a disco music. It
I'll whip my
attacks,
hair back and forth.
yeah, it attacks 5 times on the troll.
Get on there, Cyril the Snail. Get stuck in, lad.
Crits.
Oh, nice one.
It likes a crit for a pillow.
That's the first one. The second one's a hit. Third one. This is 4th one. Hits. And the 5th one hits. Right, so there's just batter and bits of skin just fly off in all directions as this thing howls in pain. Right, and it doesn't even need to get any closer because it's got a range of 10 feet. Nice, huh? Right, Epigal.
Right.
The troll's looking quite badly hurt now as it suffered this barrage of attacks.
Good. Right, I am going to lob a firebolt at it.
Yeah, you are. How can you never hit like that with your chromatic orbs?
Oh, tell us about it. Right, hang on, and I shall have to do that.
You should have the damage for it. Or is it 2d10 now?
Yep.
Alright, I'll edit that for you. Right, it burns away some more skin.
So,
And it
oh, hang on,
it does not look happy.
I can move, can't I?
Yes. Just what I'll do is, Andy, I'll just add that damage on because it's really quick to do. You just go to that, and then you just drag a d10. Well, I do. I drag a d10. There you go, and you now do 2d10 damage with your firebolt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, and you move away back to your
Yeah.
bush. No, actually, no, round the corner. Not.
Yeah. I suppose I'd better just quickly roll that.
Yeah, you rolled an 8 and comes up with a 17. Bloody rogues. Bloody rogues. Right, Shashelian, new round.
Healing spirit moves up to Slosh, and I'll move round this wall.
Right.
Let loose. I'll try and aim shot first. Do I still have advantage, or do I have the click advantage, or what?
You shouldn't have to click advantage because it's fairy fired. It's still glowing green.
Looks like a bad advert for Ready Brick.
Right, it's a hit.
Ready back.
It's a nice hit. Oh, big hit the troll. The troll's looking really bad as it sinks right into its side.
I'll try another aim shot. See if I get lucky again.
No, unfortunately not. Sorry, Dave. Right, so you've used all of your actions because the bonus action, and I'll do the healing on Slosh. She walks up to Slosh and she goes, "All right, love, did you enjoy your meal?" And does 1 point of healing to him. Is there anything else I can get you? And he's mildly healed. Oh, he's going to get torn to pieces this round if he doesn't do something. Rick, my friend. Slosh is like staggering. He's got cuts. You can see he's weeping blood from several slashes.
That's an interesting point. How am I going to get in to see it? Right, 1. Oh no, I was there before, wasn't I? I've overdone it.
Yeah.
Right, so 1, 2. I go. Should be 2. Oh, I'm not going to be able to see it this turn, am I? Oh bloody hell! I can't go back where I was. I'm just dancing around the place.
Right, so Rick does a little dance.
Yeah.
He does a little dance, makes a little love. Get down tonight.
I don't know what to do, considering I don't have any.
You got your ranged attacks,
hang
haven't
on.
you?
Yeah, but I can't target it through. At the minute, I'm targeting Slosh, aren't I?
Oh yeah, Slosh and
There's in the way.
there's a massive giant flail snail in the way.
It's only hit a creature. That's not what I'm reading. I've got this spell. See if that works. Unaffected by difficult 5 feet of movement to. That's not what I thought it was. No, that's crap. I could slap it. I don't know. I just might have to get in a better position.
Oh no, shocking there.
No, right. I'm just gonna go over this side then.
Dash into a better position if you're not going to be able to hit it this turn.
I know. Should be right, I think. Still not a great position. It's still in my way, but it's still 25 foot.
Yep.
Right,
Okay.
that is
Dash.
all I can do. But I can hold an action, can I?
You can.
I
Yes.
could dash. I could dash to get over the other side.
Yes, you could dash if you like.
Yeah.
Your wee stumpy dwarf legs pump up
Yeah.
and down.
Right, I'm dashing over to this side
Right.
so that I can actually target it next time.
No bother. Right. We Rab McTavish.
I keep Moonbeam on it and hope I can kill it before it kills Slosh.
Right. Okay. Roll it safe again, and then do the damage again. Slosh hurt. Right. It saves, so it'll automatically do half damage. Right. This time it only burns a little bit of its arm. It manages to get most of it out of the way. Right. Slosh hurt. He goes for it. Give him his due. The lad goes for it. He misses with the bite. He's obviously on the ropes. He hits with the claw. Well, a maximum damage, and he actually exceeds his hit points. How does Slosh kill this troll with his claw?
Pulls its head clean off.
So he just he grabs hold of it with both hands. He goes to bite and misses, and then his muscles, his freakish mutant muscles bulge, and he's just like Slosh kill, and there's an awful rending noise as it's like as the head is just detached from the body on long stringy tendons, and then pulls it clean off and just hurls it basketball like into the tree. The headless corpse stands there for just a second and then falls backwards, dead into the mist. Excellent.
Aye.
Slosh, with his, he was on 8 hit points. The necrosis would have killed him. The troll lies dead.
Hit the healing spirit up on Slosh.
Right.
But how long left though?
Right, she walks over, she stands on top of Slosh and she's like, "Can I show you our specials?" So he gets, it'll be about 66 worth of healing, I think.
Or should I?
You can roll it if you want. Just throw 66 and I'll alter it. So the trolls lie dead. You've freed the lizard village from the demons that follow them. Dave, you know you can just pick up 6d6 altogether by right-clicking on the dice and then left-clicking. Oh, no, you've got your Healing Spirit button, haven't you?
Aye.
Sorry.
Well, once everybody's had a bit of a break, we better go back to that village and get our
We're going,
soldiers
going to
rescued.
get the church.
Rick, was that armor spell, was that a concentration spell? Can you just check for me?
I don't know. It went down.
I know, but was it a concentration spell?
It shouldn't be, because it would drop, wouldn't it, as soon as you... No.
It wasn't. Oh, okay.
I think because it wouldn't make sense, because as soon as you get hit, it would go.
It would go, yeah. I was more of thinking of interacting with the spells, that's all.
Yeah.
Right, so what are you doing, chaps?
The village treasure.
Yeah, we should probably have a church, search in that church, and then get back to the village and get our people rescued.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
that's what
deal
we're-
with the buildings as well, just to be thorough.
Right, you search through the buildings. The destroyed buildings are not... I should be able to turn off Fog of War now that you've got a chance to actually...
Oh, can I cast Detect Magic, so in case there's any magic-y goodies anywhere?
You can.
I know I'm only 30 foot, but...
Right, so now you should be able to see the whole map, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, because you've had time. Now there's no threat. You've got time to search the buildings. The small decayed buildings there's nothing of value in them. Inside the church, you find a pile of corpses of lizard men and various swamps. There's a half-eaten crocodile. There's some remains of bones, some old clothing.
It's not a singed crocodile by any chance, is it?
It's not a singed crocodile, no. Right, let me have a look for you as Rick has got his magic what's-its up.
That's what it's called in the book.
His magic what's-its. Right.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Well, when you click on the dice, they don't half go for it now.
They do. I
Right.
keep losing them across the screen.
If you spend the time to rake among the pieces of the dead bodies, the mostly eaten dead bodies and troll detritus, you find a total of a sad 28 gold pieces.
Oh, gold is gold.
And Rick, you do detect magic, poking through the detritus with a stick, you see a small ring
All right.
which detects as magical.
Well, we'll have that. Stick it in the party coffers.
I will do the parcels because I've just randomly rolled loot. Woohoo! Gold pieces, 28. You can retire now, lads.
Just as well as Sangha wasn't he who would have grabbed that ring.
Sango with his dragon favour. Right, so is there a description of it? Yes, there is actually. It's unID'd, but if you click on the ring, you can actually get a description of where it. If I rename this parcel Troll Lair.
It's not in yet, is it? It's not
No,
just
no.
me being stupid. That's fine. What amulet?
Swan Village, okay, and then just drag that parcel into the party. I'm learning as we go as well, you see. I should just be able to drag that into there. Boom, there you go. You got 28 pieces of gold and a ring.
A ring of very fine silver etched to resemble a feather, with a strand of gold running through it.
I reckon that probably means it might be a ring of featherfall. We'll just wear it and find out.
Dave.
I have just randomly rolled that, so using my new loot tables. So this was not in the adventure. You got some free magical loot. Right.
Take it.
Yeah, like the bit in Star Wars where he goes, I feel a disturbance in the Force, as if 1,000 lives were snuffed and then went out. Sen goes like in the Lizardman village goes, I feel a strange disturbance in the wallet, as if there was some magical loot that has been had.
Aye, keep it to ourselves. I think we should move back to the Lizard Man party and get our slaves, get our soldiers back.
Can we take the trolls' heads with us as proof that we killed them?
You can, yes.
Will that aura still be in effect?
No, once they're dead, the aura has stopped working. They're kind of icky. They're as a description, they're called rot trolls, but I imagine them as radioactive trolls from the picture and the description and everything. It's kind of as if they're like undead radioactive. Dave, 10 rounds later, the barmaid goes, I'm sorry, lovelies, it's closing time. We're going to have to go now. And then, poof, blinks out of existence.
That's what happens to all bar people.
Right, so you chop the two heads off. One of them was torn off by good old Slosh
Can we sit them on the? Can we sit them on the snail shell?
Yeah, absolutely. In some kind of comedic fashion. Is that what you mean?
Possibly, yeah. So it's like it can wiggle its way back, displaying our trophies. And here's what we could have won. And the snail goes past, and there's 2 dead troll heads on it.
Well, you can either try the ring out somehow, or one person can sleep with it and become attuned to it. But that's the 2 ways that you can identify items without a identify spell.
I'll give it a whirl.
What is Featherfall, though? Is it like jump and you fall slowly?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Yeah, it would have been handy if Bracey had been wearing it when he had that seagull moment.
Yes.
One day you'll live that down, Bracey.
And anybody mind if I try it?
No.
Let's go to the top of the tail, Randy. Put it on. I'll kick you off. See what happens.
Right.
Stango would have been the perfect one to try it because we could have got him to jump off a church.
Well, there is a church. Are you going to try jumping off the church, Andy?
Well, I was thinking rather than the church, you know that round building I kept hiding behind. You said it had
2
part
stories.
of a second story.
Yes.
I would be prepared to jump off the top of there.
Right. So you put the ring on. You feel a slight tingle. You go at the top of the thing, and you leap off. For a few seconds, there's a sensation of you plummeting, and then suddenly you start to float backwards and forwards, just like a feather, as you gently float to the ground.
Ooh, if you don't mind.
That's what it says on that tin.
It's not identified, but
no. But I shall sleep with that tonight as well anyway. But at least we've got an idea. and let's face it, if anybody's going to be doing any climbing up towers or along cliffs and things, I'll lend them it.
The other thing is that the Ring of Featherfallen is attunable. That means, Andy, with your gauntlets and your Ring of Featherfallen, you won't be able to get any more attunable magical items if you attune it to yourself. So you can carry them, but you can't activate them.
Right.
This is the new 5e thing, apparently.
Okay. Well, for the minute, I'll just carry it because at least we know what it is. So hang on. The easiest thing to do then will be.
Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had an idea. Couldn't we buy some nice fancy silver rings and pretend that they're magical and let Sam go asleep with them?
It's just some kind of weird sex game to use, isn't it, Dave? Right, you head back to the lizard camp. I'm not going to make you roll for any more encounters. You get there, fine. Slush comes into town, roaring. All the lizard men crowd round to see the 2 heads upon the shell of the snail. There's great cheering. All of the lizard folk women and children come up and they surround you and hug you and dance about. And there's a great celebrationary feast in your honour. The lizard man chieftain says that he thanks you. They won't need to take prisoners anymore, and they can now look for a place to settle down. They won't have to keep movement to keep out the way of the demons. He releases all of the humans as promised.
Do they need any healing or maybe a small biscuit?
Well, everybody always likes a small biscuit. They've actually been looked after quite well. They haven't been abused or tortured or anything, and they've been fed. They do complain about eating that lizard man muck. It wasn't proper cooked like what proper food should be. And one of them was going, yeah, but it was some of it was wiggling.
Were they eating like in The Lion King?
Yeah.
Slimy yet satisfying.
Before we forget, there's a group of merchants there who may need to fork over the readies if they want guiding back to the road.
They do. They're tearfully grateful, and they have a parcel somewhere, which I believe amounts to 500 pieces of gold.
Jolly good.
When I can find the actual... it is that one. Is it that one? Yeah, that one. The guy who converted this didn't put proper titles in. So what you got was 08.20 travelling the Mia brackets 3. Not like merchant ransom or anything like that. No, nothing easy to find. Right, so the 500 pieces of gold are dutifully coughed up upon your return to civilization.
Jolly good. That's what we like to say. Pleasure doing business with them.
So the lizard folk, like I said, they will look for a permanent home. Is there anything else you want to discuss with them, or
we could tell them about that village?
What, that they could potentially craft it a little bit better?
Yeah.
I suppose there's nothing to hurt. Just tell them there's a village down there that's free of them now.
Yeah, Hisson is very grateful. He says his people will check it out, and you're great friends of the tribe. You should feel free to drop upon us anytime you like. Anytime you need anything, anytime you're in the swamp.
That could be useful.
So you escort the bedraggled and hungry merchants and guardsmen back to Leilon. Everybody's overjoyed to see that they're still alive, and for once, everything seems good. You level up.